name is Ruth Quinn. I'm one of the interpreters for Xanterra Travel Collection. The Northern Pacific Railway wanted to attract Easterners to come visit Yellowstone, and working in concert with private enterprises to begin building hotels around Yellowstone, they very slowly began developing a multi-day stagecoach trip around the park, and the hotels themselves were catering toward wealthy Easterners. At the same time, there were other companies that were catering to moderate income travelers who could purchase a 6-day trip around Yellowstone with one of the camping companies. Now, you saw the same sights, traveled the same roads, but at night you slept in canvas tents. And ultimately they became cabin hotels in the park. So we actually have remnants of both of those systems still remaining in Yellowstone. We have 3 grand hotels: Old Faithful Inn, Lake Yellowstone Hotel, and Mammoth Hot Springs Hotel remaining from that system. And we have Old Faithful Lodge, Lake Lodge, and Roosevelt Lodge remaining from the tent camping system. So I think it's fun that we still have parts of both of those systems existing in the park right now. Roosevelt Lodge was built about 1920 and was one of those camping company facilities. And over the years, it has developed to be kind of the epitome of a Western dude ranch. Beautiful front porch where one can sit and enjoy the evening. Very comfortable cabins with wood-burning stoves really give you the idea of what it was like to live in the Old West. Our oldest hotel still operating in Yellowstone is the Lake Yellowstone Hotel. When Lake Hotel was originally constructed, it was just a plain generic railroad hotel. Robert Reamer, Yellowstone's architect, he did about 40 projects for Yellowstone. While Reamer was here building Old Faithful Inn, he was also asked to add on to the Lake Hotel. He added false balconies, dormer windows, the ionic columns. In fact, his last addition to Lake Hotel is what we call the sunroom. Midsummer, the Lake String Quartet plays there, and if they're not in residence at the time, we always have piano music there 7 nights a week as well. Lake Lodge was the location of one of those early camping hotels as well. While Robert Reamer was doing all the work for the hotel and transportation companies in Yellowstone, Bozeman architect Fred Wilson was designing buildings for the lodging companies. It has a beautiful front porch that looks out onto Yellowstone Lake. People who like to come and fish on Yellowstone Lake will often spend weeks at a time staying at Lake Lodge. I would say the most famous lodging facility in Yellowstone is Old Faithful Inn. Robert Reamer used materials collected in the local area. In fact, the rhyolite rock that makes up our lobby chimney was quarried about a mile away from the site. The wood to use in the construction of the inn also came from about 4 miles away, and that is all native lodgepole pine, Yellowstone's prominent species of tree. We believe there was a very small crew involved, possibly as small as 50 carpenters involved in the construction, so quite a monumental feat. It represents the beginning of rustic architecture in the national parks. Also located in the Old Faithful area, just a short distance away from Old Faithful Geyser itself, is Old Faithful Lodge. This facility started out as one of the camping hotels. And in addition to camping hotels offering tent accommodations, there was also a large tent where meals were served, where entertainment took place. And over time, these slowly became enclosed structures. So Old Faithful Lodge is actually one of our cabin hotels. There's no rooms inside the lodge itself. So the building itself was constructed between 1923 and 1928, so also a historic structure. In fact, the entire Old Faithful area is a National Historic District, and that's one of the contributing buildings to that. Mammoth Hotel has seen a lot of evolutions. In fact, at the time it was constructed, we were the national park, so they called it the National Hotel. Robert Reamer added the lobby building, the restaurant building, what is now our recreation hall behind it, and all those cottages. Those were all built 1936 to 38 to replace the original hotels. And in fact, between 2016 and 2018, there was a multi-phase project to bring the building up to some current operating standards. And what I think, to me, Mammoth represents best is a way that we can use innovation and we can use imagination to adapt some of these historic structures to our current needs, becoming more sustainable and paying attention to what kind of a footprint we have in Yellowstone. That's something that's very important to us.